gas supply to about 1,900 households remains cut. Prosecutors have requested 12 years in prison for Kim Man-bae, the major shareholder of Hwacheondae, and 7 years plus a fine of 1.7 billion won for Yoo Dong-gyu, the former planning chief of Seongnam Development Corporation. They also asked the court to order massive forfeitures, over 600 billion won from Kim and around 850 million won from Yoo. Prosecutors said the private developers earned astronomical profits while local residents took the hit, damaging public trust in fair and transparent development. Meanwhile, President Lee Jae-myung, who is facing a separate trial over his approval of the Daejangdong project during his time as Seongnam mayor, is unlikely to be tried during his term. The court has deferred the proceedings, citing the constitutional immunity granted to sitting presidents. Starting tomorrow, the government will implement tough new lending rules to cool rising apartment prices in Seoul and nearby regions. Mortgage loans in regulated areas will be capped at 600 million won, regardless of income or home price. Multi-home owners will be blocked from getting new loans, and even single home owners must sell existing properties within 6 months. Borrowers must also move in within 6 months, including those using state-backed loans like 보금자리. 전세 loan conditions will tighten with guarantee ratio lowered. Authorities will monitor the market weekly and may introduce further measures. In local news, Busan City has once again been named an outstanding institution in a nationwide youth policy evaluation, marking its third consecutive win. The recognition comes from the Office for Government Policy Coordination, which reviewed youth policy efforts across 46 central agencies and 17 local governments. The city was praised for high-impact programs like the Busan Youth 10,000 won Culture Pass, which lets young people enjoy performances worth 110,000 won for just 10,000 won. Other standout initiatives included job support through the Youth Job Growth Project and the Youth Activity Mileage Program, which rewards civic participation with points that can be used like cash. The Korea Broadcast Advertising Corporation, KOBACO, projects a slight increase in July 2025 advertising activity, with the Korea Advertising Index, KAI, at 101.6. Most media platforms are expected to see higher spending, except radio and cable TV. Compared to last year, however, overall spending may dip slightly. Ad spending is set to rise in sectors like transportation and real estate, while industries such as precision equipment and cosmetics may cut back. International news. India has refused to sign a joint statement at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in China, stating that it did not reflect key concerns on terrorism. Foreign Ministry spokesperson said that one specific country opposed the inclusion of India's request despite its importance. And now for today's weather. The current temperature in the Busan area is 30 degrees Celsius. It's partly cloudy at times, and a heat advisory is in effect, the first one issued in Busan this year. The temperature will average around 23 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The reason maths is considered an exact subject is because numbers don't lie. As we all know, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 2 times 3 equals 6. However, sometimes this kind of calculation doesn't quite apply. When my happiness of level 1 is combined with my friend's happiness level of 1, the total happiness we feel can be greater than 2. So what do you think? Do you have a special equation of your own that doesn't follow any ordinary mathematical formula? Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan.
Hey boy,
Let's kick things off with Strategy by Twice.
once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Ow! Step 1, do my highlight, make me shine so bright in the moonlight. Step 2, silhouette tight, baby even my shadow looks good, right? Step 3, with a hair right, make you look my way with your hard eyes. Step 4, get you on the floor, make you say more, more, more. Gonna say, I'm feeling all your attention on me. No reason to be so shy with me. I ain't gonna bite, come on over. I know you wanna move a little closer. Gotta better get you with me. Got you on my radar, soon you're gonna be with me. My strategy will get you, baby. Meaning it's my trademark, soon you're never gonna leave. My strategy will get you, baby. Hey boy, I'ma get you real good and I betcha. Hey boy, once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. When your tits go red, I wanna dance your side till I'm in your head, and you can't forget. You feel it deep down, you confused. Watch my body get loose. You don't know what you're gonna do. You're mine. When I say, I'm feeling all your attention on me. No reason to be so shy with me. I ain't gonna bite, come on over. I know you wanna move a little closer. Gotta better get you with me. Got you on my radar, soon you're gonna be with me. My strategy will get you, baby. Winning is my dream, oh soon you'll never wanna leave. My strategy will get you, baby. My strategy, like gravity. One look at me. I betcha, boy. You be down on your knees, calling me up, begging me don't leave. My strategy will get you, boy. Hey boy, I'ma get ya real good and I'll betcha. Hey boy, once I get ya, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Hey boy, I'ma get ya real good and I'll betcha. Hey boy, you'll be oh so glad that I met ya. Hey boy, I'ma get ya real good and I betcha.
That was Strategy by Twice, welcoming you to For Your Busan this Friday afternoon. How are you doing, everyone? Happy Friday, TGIF. Welcome to the show. My name is Nick, and thank you for joining me on this lovely end of the weekday. Now, among the hardest things in life, sticking to New Year's resolutions and saving money definitely top many people's lists. What about you? Are you good at saving money, or do you tend to predict your monthly income and spend most of it in advance? I think with age, for me, it's become a lot different. I used to spend it as soon as I received it. 제가 돈을 받자마자 제가 다 써버렸거든요. But now being an adult, I try to save. I guess I've grown a bit more mature, a bit more sensible. But are you currently saving any money? One of the most traditional ways to save is, of course, through a savings account. However, since interest rates are not as high as they used to be, many young people today are not as enthusiastic about this method. But if you're a youth living in Busan, now might be the perfect time to start saving. Because the Busan Youth Double Joy Savings Account program, in which the city matches your monthly savings of 100,000 Korean won, is expanding its number of participants this year. So this account is supported by the city to help working youth in Busan build a foundation for financial independence. So, if you're a youth who's working and living in the city, don't miss out on this opportunity to double your savings. Well, everyone, it's good to see you on this very bright day. We have Chae Sung-nim messaging in saying, it's humid and hot today. I will definitely agree with you, and you know what? I quite like it. It's made me excited to go to the beach very, very soon. I can't wait to get there, just jump in the water, enjoy the sun, wear a lot of sun cream, of course. I know it's not comfortable for a lot of people, and it can be dangerous as well, but as long as you're smart, stay safe, stay in cool areas, drink plenty of water, you'll be okay, I hope. We also have Benny messaging in saying, hi Nick, Ang PD and everyone, TGIF, also the last TGIF of June. It is. We are past the halfway mark, basically, so it's insane. 2026 is closer to us than 2024. But good to see you, my friend. We also have Jin Lee Nim as well saying, hi Nick, and with a bear emoticon. Good to see you, Jin Lee Nim. I hope you're enjoying this lovely day. I tell you, everything does look absolutely splendid outside when the sun is shining. Anything simple like a tree just looks 10 times more magnificent. Looking at the sky, even the buildings here in Centum City, it looks quite nice. So I hope you're enjoying it where you are. Now, we've also got Sang Nim just messaging in on YouTube Live saying, I was excited to hear the youth saving program, but sadly and apparently, I'm not a youth, according to the city's policies definition. I thought I heard that the definition might have changed, expanded for slightly older people. I might be wrong. I can double check with that, but yeah, I guess if you've already double checked. Yeah, some things, being young is better for many reasons. This is one of them, right? Well, everyone, if you want to message in but you're not sure what to say, try answering today's text topic. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 내가 저금을 하거나 돈을 모으는 가장 큰 이유는 무엇인가요? What is the biggest reason for you that you are saving money? Maybe you're just saving it for a rainy day, just in case, right? Maybe you just think, I don't know, 만약을 대비하기 위해서. You're just kind of like, okay, I might need it in the future. Or maybe you want to buy a house, or you want to buy a car, or you want to gift it to somebody. Any reason, what is the reason you primarily save money? Now, you can send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9010, which will cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube Live comment. Sang Yunim saying, I'm older than the slightly older people. Okay. You know what, though, from the way that you speak, Sang Yunim, I get the vibe of a pretty young go-getter. So I guess your language skills and the way you speak is much younger than you actually are. So I hope you take that as a compliment. Now, I'm going to let you know what's coming up in today's show. We're going to have Busan Times in the first half, where we catch up on the day's top stories in Busan with news anchor Claire Kim. Next deep dive, time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. And Busan Life Solutions, hearing real-life questions from foreigners living in Busan and getting helpful answers and solutions. That's not all. In the second half of the show, we're going to have On the Mic, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets, Quizmaster, of course, where you could win a prize. Today's Friday, a sunny Friday, which means chicken is on the line. And then My Home, My Busan will close things up, where foreigners who have made Busan their home share their unique life stories. So, send your messages, anything at all, to the channels I mentioned earlier. Don't go anywhere, because Busan Times is coming up now.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Hello and welcome back everyone to For Your Busan. It is 4:14 in the afternoon and joining me on this TGIF is Claire. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
All right.
Oh,
Little bit too hot.
a little bit too hot. It's not going to get any better for the next month.
I know.
Yeah, you got to have
Gotta
some.
be ready.
You got to have a plan of action. Maybe
Stay indoor.
Stay indoors. You can do the news from home. Maybe just 전화 가지고. Do you use like 양산? Or
Yes,
anything? You
in
do?
Yangsan.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. So it's double use.
Double, yes.
Okay, that's a good idea. I got told you should wear a Yangsan. You use a Yangsan.
It actually helps a lot.
I know.
Looks a bit.
Yeah, I know no hate or disrespect to any guy who uses Yangsan. You're very smart.
But I understand, yeah.
Unless it's raining. I don't know. Because usually the Yangsans you buy, they have like little frills. They're very pretty.
Oh no, I buy the really simple
really?
one, just
Okay.
one color.
Fair enough. Fair
But
enough.
it actually helps.
Yeah, it would. Do you wear like sun cream as well?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
you do like double protection then. Okay, that's good. I want to ask you today's text topic before we dive in. Today's question is about saving money. 저금을 하거나 돈을 모으는 가장 큰 이유는 무엇인지
It
알려주세요.
should be, I think it's typical, buying a house eventually.
Yeah, that's the big dream, isn't it?
Big dream, yes.
They say that our parents' generation, they worked one humble job, had a family of 3 or 4 kids, bought a house for really cheap,
Yes.
and still had money to save and have retirement. And they say it's totally different these days, right?
It's completely.
It is. The payment hasn't gone up too much, but the housing prices have exploded.
Living expense, yes.
Yeah, and people not having kids as much these days. What a time to be alive, eh? We got Benny Nim saying, I want to save money for like consoles. Oh, I assume gaming consoles.
Oh,
What other consoles are there? There's the console that Ang PD is using, the
I
DJ
wouldn't,
console.
yeah, I would think they would buy that.
Yeah, games console's cool. English Wikinim says, we like to save up so I can take my family on vacation overseas every couple of years.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, using money for vacations and holidays is always nice. Somewhere hot, maybe. All right, well, anyway, Busan is hot right now and it's a good vacation spot. What are we talking about today?
So let's kick off with something Busan can proudly celebrate. For the 3rd year in a row, the city has been named an excellent youth policy institution by the Office for Government Policy Coordination.
Okay, that's a solid streak. What are they being recognized for? Is it big ideas or hands-on support?
Both. This evaluation looks at real impact, how policies affect young people's lives across jobs, housing, finance, culture, and even civic engagement. And Busan stood out for its programs that youth can actually feel.
So I'm guessing the 10,000 won culture pass maybe made the list?
Oh, it definitely did. That pass gives young people access to performances worth up to 100,000 won for just 10,000 won. No income restrictions, and it sells out in minutes. It was about 8 minutes, 7
Wow.
minutes, 8 minutes
Ooh.
this year, to be exact.
It's almost to the extent where I don't even want to try.
Yes,
know?
yes.
But it's impressive, and it's great to see culture being made more accessible, not just jobs and education.
Speaking of jobs, Busan also earned high marks for the Youth Job Growth Project. It's like a job seeker support system offering help from job matching to post-hiring care. It even won a top award from the Ministry of Labor last year.
So they don't just help you find a job, they stick with you after you're hired, which is quite rare.
Indeed. Then there's the Youth Savings Account program, which matches your monthly savings, letting you build towards 7 million won over 2 to 3 years. And the Youth Activity Mileage program turns civic participation into rewards. Literally, you earn points that convert into local currency like 동백전.
That's great. You do good and get rewarded. It's great.
And we can't skip housing. Busan's rental deposit interest support offers some of the lowest rates in the country, and they've expanded eligibility so more young people can apply.
Oh, that sounds great. So it seems like the city's building a real ecosystem that supports young people from all angles.
Exactly. That's why Busan was one of only 5 local governments selected this year, alongside Seoul and a few others. And it's not stopping there. The city's planning to expand popular programs like the Culture Pass and launch new ones like 청끌기업, which helps youth find companies they actually want to work for.
That's a cute name. 청끌 기업.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Pulling in companies young people like. Very nice.
Mayor Park Kyung-jun summed it up nicely. Busan is working to become a city where young people don't just pass through, but stay, thrive, and chase their dreams.
And based on that streak, I'd say they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Agreed. It's one thing to have policy, it's another to make it real.
Yes. Now, all of this talk about young people, you know, not all of us are like super young. One of our listeners was saying like, I'm too old to qualify for these things that they're giving to all the young people. You know, sometimes I agree with you. And so we've got a bit of news for seniors. Which is the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes.
I know, but still, it's nice to hear about senior benefits too. There's something special going on at Uamdong yesterday. Right?
Yes, it was a very moving moment. The city held a homecoming celebration for senior citizen moving into her newly renovated house. It's part of the Busan Habitat Challenge, which gives low-income elderly folks safer, more comfortable homes.
Oh, like a local version of Habitat for Humanity.
Yes, indeed, except it's got a unique Busan twist. The project is powered by relay donations from individuals, churches, even students. This particular home was revamped thanks to Suyeongno Church and occupational therapy students from Kosin University.
That's teamwork. And what kind of renovations are we talking about?
They basically transformed the space, leveled floors, modernized the bathroom and kitchen, improved lighting and ventilation, and added anti-slip mats and wireless sensor lights, all tailored to prevent falls and promote independence.
Oh, that's very important. It's amazing. And you also mentioned students got involved too.
Yes, occupational therapy students are visiting the home 5 times to run customized therapy sessions, everything from fall prevention exercises to adapting to the new setup. It's thoughtful, hands-on care.
This is amazing. It's more than construction. It's like a restoration of dignity.
Definitely, the city is hoping more companies, organizations, and individuals will join the donation chain. The goal, more comfort, less worry, and seniors staying safely in the homes they love.
I like that. And that's what makes a community feel like home. All right, great stuff. Now let's ride this good energy into something more wave crashing, beach time.
Absolutely. If you're tired of sweating in the city, like today, head to Songjang Beach this weekend. The 16th Busan Mayor's Cup International Surfing Competition kicks off tomorrow and runs through Sunday.
Right. Everyone knows that it's, if you want to go surfing, it's all about Songjang. You know, people say Dadepo is also really good. But I've
I heard
never
that.
been there for surfing.
Really?
Do you surf?
I don't.
You don't, have you tried?
I did.
You did. Only once was enough.
Yeah. I drank so much water.
Yeah.
After that, my
accidentally.
friend,
Okay.
yeah,
From
like
seawater.
Seawater.
Oh no.
You know how salty that is.
Yeah.
And then after that, I wasn't hungry at all. So I was in the water for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, but I
Yeah.
wasn't hungry at all.
Wow.
My friend were like, oh, we were starving. We're going to get something.
Really?
And I was like, are you hungry?
Maybe you should eat something sweet. You know,
Maybe, yeah.
Too much salty
I
food.
still remember. I was like, starving?
Wow.
Hungry? I'm not at all.
Well, that's because surfing takes so much energy out
Yes.
of you. I swear I lost weight after a couple of hours in the water. It was crazy. But of course, Songjang is the place to go for things like this. And this event, how big is it going to be?
It's huge. Over 350 competitors, including pros and passionate hobby surfers, will take part in 19 events across 10 divisions, from shortboard races to paddleboard relays.
Okay, paddleboard relays. That sounds pretty funny. It sounds cool too.
It's super fun to watch, but it's not just competition. The beach is turning into a full-on surf festival. Visitors can try surfing, skateboarding, do some beach yoga, and even chill out with signaling bowl meditation.
Ooh, singing bowls.
Sorry.
That's interesting. Like the ones that you hum when you
Yeah.
rub the rim of it.
Yeah,
잘하시네요.
exactly. Imagine listening to those calming tones with your toes in the sand. It's all about healing and mindfulness alongside the thrill of the surf.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Busan event without an eco-friendly twist, right?
You know it. After the finals, there will be a beach cleanup session called Beach Combing. It's a simple but powerful way to wrap things up and promote sustainable tourism.
Fantastic. And with surfing now an Olympic sport, this is Busan showing it's got what it takes to be a world-class surf city.
Exactly. It's a celebration of the waves, the lifestyle, and our coastline's future.
Brilliant stuff. Claire, thank you so much for bringing us this amazing news for everyone, and it's got me looking forward to the summer. I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, let's take a song break before we come back. This is Pause by EJ.
Feels a little different, and nothing is the same. God, he has a favorite, looking at your face. A scene out of a movie, I hope it never ends. You say it's getting late, but why not stay instead? For a night, or forever if you like. No, I don't mind, I'm down for whatever, babe. Too good to be true, from my point of view. Straight from a movie, yeah. Sometimes I wish that we could just pause. For a little, for a little, for a little bit. We could just pause right now. Could we just pause? For a little, for a little, for a little bit. We could just pause right now. If I could save the moment, I record it on a tape to remember what it feels like. I watch it every day. Lazy days on your sofa, laugh our way to the coffee shop. Little things, that's all I want with you. It's too good to be true, from my point of view. Straight from a movie, yeah. Sometimes I wish that we could just pause. For a little, for a little, for a little bit. We could just pause right now. Could we just pause? For a little, for a little, for a little bit. We could just pause right now. Lazy days on your sofa, laugh our way to the coffee shop. Little things, it's all I want.
네게 탐구생활. Do you enjoy street food? There's probably nothing that reflects the identity of a country or region better than its street food. Tasting affordable and widely loved street food, made with common ingredients, is one of the greatest joys of traveling, whether abroad or within your own country. However, while enjoying street food can be fun, it can also bring about some inconvenience, namely, the question of how to dispose of the leftover trash. Have you noticed? It's not easy to find a trash can on the streets. Occasionally, you might spot one in the parks or near the beach. According to all 16 districts of Busan, public rubbish bins have been gradually removed since 1995, when Korea introduced the volume-based waste fee system in an effort to prevent illegal dumping of household garbage. As of now, only 10 districts, including Gangseok-gu, Yeonjae-gu, and Haeundae-gu districts, operate public rubbish bins. Since most streets lack them, some people hesitate to eat on the go. Are you one of them? If so, here is some good news. Public street rubbish bins are expected to make a comeback for the first time in nearly 30 years. With the rise of single-use coffee cups and takeaway culture, the demand for these public trash bins in urban areas has increased. In fact, districts like Suyeong-gu, Haeundae-gu district have already started gradually increasing the number of public bins. For these public bins, designed to bring convenience to many people, to remain in place, the most important factor is public awareness. Throwing away cups with drinks still inside, or bringing household waste items from home to dump into public bins must become a thing of the past. Hey, this is great news. One of the first things I thought when I arrived in Korea, 11 or 12 years ago, was, where are all the 쓰레기통s? I had trash and I didn't know what to do with it after buying things outside. And then and then people told me it was to do with, the fact that a lot of people might dump their home stuff, their home trash in it. And, recycling is a big issue too. And that the local councils, they don't pay for public recycling or public trash throwing away. So there are a lot of factors involved, but I'm happy that it's making a comeback as long as we use it responsibly and don't abuse it because otherwise it will be taken away again. Anyway, welcome back everyone to the show. It's 4:30 in the afternoon on a lovely Friday. Hope you're all having a wonderful day so far, enjoying the weather. That would be nice. We've got Soinim coming in saying good afternoon, Nick and 친구들. Good to see you, Soinim. I hope you're having a lovely day, enjoying the weather if it is nice where you are. Thank you for coming to say hello. Raration님 as well saying 안녕하세요 모든 분들 행복한 금요일 되세요. 감사합니다, Raration님. Hope you're having a great Friday too. 고수님 as well saying hello. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good one. Also coming in guessing very early the quiz. Now today will be a 먹방 quiz later. He says 먹방 퀴즈 정답 꿀 꽈배기 과자. That would be very nice. Actually, you know what? I don't know what it is today. I didn't see it. I looked at my script, but I didn't notice the food. Ooh, okay, I'm excited too. Maybe it is that. Maybe I have no idea. We've also got people messaging in about today's text topic. Now, just to remind you, today's text topic is about saving money. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요, 내가 저금을 하거나 돈을 모으는 가장 큰 이유는 무엇인지 알려주세요. What is the biggest reason that you are saving money? We have 최승님 messaging in saying, I save money whenever I get money to use as pocket money later in life. Oh, so you're just saving so that you might need it, you might want to buy something, clothing items, electronic items, or whatever later on. I think that's a great reason to save money, just in case. We also have 3663번님 saying to travel to Spain by business class. Now that is luxury living. I hope you manage to save up for a business class ticket all the way to Spain. It'll be the vacation of a lifetime. I don't know how much it would cost you. Several thousand, tens of thousands of dollars. I have no idea. But I hope you save and achieve that goal, my friend, and make some good memories. We have 정은경님, good to see you, saying, hello, weekend without rain. Oh, I tell you, I'm so happy about that as well. And then they said, I'm saving money for traveling abroad. Now, it seems like 70% of the people are saying they want to save for travel. And I would have to totally back that. Traveling, you know, it's not a tangible thing that you can buy with money, but you get something even better. You get the memories and the experience, and that will last a lifetime. So that's awesome. I think that's a great reason to save and spend money. I hope you have a wonderful travel when you do save up enough money. Now keep sending me your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which costs you 101, KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. Coming up next, we do have Kelly in the studio for Busan Life Solutions. Before that, though, this is Number One Girl by Rose.
Tell me that I'm special. Tell me I look pretty. Tell me I'm a little angel, sweetheart of your city. Say what I'm dying to hear, 'cause I'm dying to hear you. Tell me I'm that new thing. Tell me that I'm relevant. Tell me that I got a big heart and back it up with evidence. I need it and I don't know why. This late at night, isn't it lonely? I'd do anything to make you want me. I'd give it all up if you told me that I'd be the number one girl in your eyes. You're one and only. So what's it gonna take for you to want me? I'd give it all up if you told me that I'd be the number one girl in your eyes. Tell me I'm going real big places, down to earth so friendly, and even through all the phases, tell me you accept me. Well, that's all I'm dying to hear. Yeah, I'm dying to hear you. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that I'm loved. Tell me that I'm worth it and that I'm enough. I need it and I don't know why. This late at night, isn't it lonely? I'd do anything to make you want me. I'd give it all up if you told me that I'd feeling lonely, I'd do anything to make you want me. I'd give it all up if you told me that I'd be the number one girl in your eyes. You're one and only, so what's it gonna take for you to want me? I'd give it all up if you told me that I'd be the number one girl in your eyes. The number one girl in your eyes.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 4:36 in the afternoon, and joining me today with some useful information, as always, is Kelly.
Hi everyone. 안녕하세요. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Well, summer is in full swing.
It is. This
Right.
Changma season was basically non-existent. 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it?
That was it. It was 2 days. I think it was 2 days of rain.
네.
Heavy rain for one of them, but maybe all of the rain was used in one concentrated time. So, yeah. Now, I want to ask you today's text topic question.
All right.
It's about saving money.
Oh, which I'm so bad at. 네.
Okay. So, do you even attempt to save it, or you're just like, whatever, I'll just spend it?
Well, it's a very difficult question for me because I have been trying so hard, but I just make a little bit of money, I've been working for BEFM for like 13 years.
Wow.
That
OG.
explains a lot, right?
Yeah,
so,
okay.
So I have been very bad
So
at
this is
saving
fueling
money.
your
네.
spending habits.
맞습니다.
Then
네,
maybe on the
exactly.
rare occasion that you do save, try to save,
Right.
what would be the biggest reason that you would save? Like why?
Oh,
What are you for?
For just, just preparing for the rainy day. Right?
Okay, just
네.
in case. That's always wise, I think. Not having anything particular that you want to buy, just you never know. The economy could crash. Another
Exactly.
2008 could happen. You never know.
네.
Stock markets and all that. Yeah. We got Juliet Nim saying, "Wow, Kelly's wearing a lovely green dress.
Oh, thank you.
Looks good on you." Yeah, thank you.
감사합니다.
And people saying, hi, Benny Nim saying, hello, Kelly, as well. Welcoming to the show. So, this segment is where we listen to the, I want to say problems. They are problems, I guess, and
Right.
questions of
Like
expats.
issues, right?
Yeah, living in the country. And we hopefully find some solutions to them. These are all real questions from the website. What the place that they ask the questions?
Oh, okay. So for those who have questions, among like non-Koreans living in
Yeah.
Busan, if they have any issues regarding schools, marriage, visas, etc., they can contact either Busan Global Center or the Busan Foreign Resident Support Center located in Sasangu area.
Okay,
네.
great stuff. They used when I was a kid, they used to have these columns in newspapers. It was called Agony Aunt.
Oh.
If you have a problem, like, oh, my
네.
boyfriend is
네.
cheating, I don't know, whatever.
So
you
I'm the
write
lady.
it.
네.
You're the Agony Aunt, which is great. Okay, let's dive into question number 1.
Okay.
I am a foreign student living in Busan. My family is visiting me for 2 weeks this summer. The other day, we went to the Gamcheon Cultural Village, and while we were waiting to cross the street, the pedestrian signal turned green, and my family started to walk. Then a car ran through the intersection without stopping, even though the pedestrian light was on. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but it was a really close call. I was shocked and upset, but also a little embarrassed. I'd like to report the incident if that's possible. Any suggestions? This happens so much, I swear.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I really want to apologize on behalf of Busan citizens, actually. Unfortunately, is it just me? But Busan has a little bit of like a reputation for bad driving behavior. You think so?
It does have
네.
a reputation. Like everyone from other parts of the country,
Right.
they say,
네.
Busan is notorious. But because I've only ever driven in Busan, it's
so you are
normal
used
for me.
to this culture, right?
It's offensive driving as opposed to defensive driving.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
that being said, I'm really relieved to hear that no one was hurt, in that accident, right? So if the person has a photo or a video of what happened, the
the best way to report it is through 안전신문고 app.
Okay.
Which is called Safety Report app. Okay, so this application allows people in Korea to report various traffic violations, such as like cars ignoring pedestrian signals, like this person experienced, or like sudden lane changes, or like illegal parking and other dangerous driving behavior.
Right.
So if you are interested, please download the 안전신문고 app on a smartphone. There, sign up and file a report, right? FYI, a photo or video where the license plate is clearly visible is required for the report to be accepted.
Yes,
네,
of course.
but-
Otherwise, anyone could report anyone.
Right. But if there's no photo or video evidence, I recommend visiting the local police station in Busan, right? Then there is a chance that the police may be able to check nearby CCTV footage
Yeah.
because, there are CCTVs everywhere, right?
I would recommend doing that as
네.
soon as possible because CCTV does get overwritten every few days.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
but this process can be a little bit more complicated and may take time. 네.
I guess, it's not just in Busan. Anywhere you go, any country you go to, people will run, green lights. And I think, there is a delay. The car 신호등 turns
네.
red. A few seconds later, the
Right.
pedestrian one turns green. But there's always that kind of 애매한 timing
맞아요.
where
네.
it's yellow for them. They drive through and it turns green and they've crossed it. So when it turns green, always look left and right. It's basic
Sure.
101. Make sure
네.
there are no cars. But thank
But
you.
anyways, I hope that this person's family is having a lot of fun in Busan, right?
Aside from that,
네.
I hope you are. Yeah, don't judge the whole city based on that,
Oh,
please. All right, let's move on to question number 2. I'm an expat living in Busan. I've been teaching as an adjunct professor at a local university in Busan for over 10 years. Recently, the university asked me to consider registering myself on a self-employed contract. I don't know much about it, but I'm concerned that doing so may result in losing my employment status. Oh, thanks. Sounds fishy. Sounds
Really?
weird. It does to me.
Oh, really? But
Tell me it's not.
Well, I actually understand. For those who are unfamiliar, the term adjunct professor can be a little bit confusing, right? Its meaning differs slightly depending on the country and school, right? Well, in Korea, it is often translated as 겸임교수 or like a 초빙교수 or 외래교수, right? However, it's kind of unclear which exactly category this person falls onto it,
Okay.
right? But based on what they've described, well, it seems like they are a part-time, non-tenure track faculty member hired on a contract basis,
Right.
right? Like likely per semester or like a per academic year or something
Yeah.
like that. Recently, so this is what happened to this person. Recently, the university suggested that they register themselves as self-employed, right? Which would effectively change their status to a freelance professor, like a 겸임교수.
Is that legal? Because they're not
Sure.
self-employed, are they?
네. Well, when it comes to 겸임교수,
Yeah.
they are allowed to have 2 jobs.
Okay.
네. Right?
Okay.
네. So I think the inquiry was brought to Busan Global Center.
Okay.
And according to them, while there's technically nothing wrong with being a 겸임교수,
Yeah.
right? But it might be a little bit difficult for them to get protection under
Okay.
the Labor Standard Act, right?
Okay.
So as a result, they would likely be responsible for paying the national pension contributions,
Okay.
by their own, right?
If this is the official
네,
statement, that's fair. I guess because I've heard stories of teacher, not professor, but teacher friends who say, they've been asked if they can change, say that they're resigning instead of being fired, so that they can avoid paying 퇴직금 and things like that. You hear lots of shady stories, so
that makes sense.
I'm always a bit double check everything first. Okay. Well, all right, there you go. There's your answer. We did have a message, actually, about the first one, about reporting the traffic. Seneca-님 on YouTube Live. Hello, Seneca-님, saying, 안전신문고로 이 불법 주정 차량 노상빙료 신고해봤는데 도움이 된 것 같아요. 근데 담배 꽁초 차에서 버리는 거 신고했는데 꽁초는 잘 안 보인다고 취소됐어요.
So
I guess that's true. I guess you can't see the cigarette
Right.
butts. They can disappear
so
after
the
a few
photo should be
hours.
visible, right?
Yeah.
That should be clearly visible.
CCTV footage is a little bit pixelated, so I guess it's smaller than a pixel maybe. Hopefully in the future with better technology that will change. But thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Hi, I'll be traveling to Busan next month and I have a lot of things I wanted to include in my itinerary. One experience that I'm especially interested in is visiting a sauna. However, I read somewhere that people with tattoos might not be allowed in. Is that true?
Oh,
I thought that was
okay.
mainly for Japan.
Oh, well, actually, I thought the same thing, actually,
Yeah.
But actually, sauna is a very popular travel spot, these days in Busan. Especially, if you check out the sauna in Centum City, like there are a lot of travelers, actually. 네.
And a lot of people have tattoos.
I suppose
or do
so.
they cover them maybe?
So, like Nick mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that I heard that many saunas and public bathhouses in Japan have like strict policies, right, against tattoos,
because
right?
of like Yakuza or something.
네. So like even people with small tattoos are often not allowed to enter, right? However, in Korea, I think that we are a little bit more open-minded, when it comes to tattoos,
Yeah.
right? 네. So if the tattoo is small, well, I don't, like most people just probably won't even notice or care, right?
Right.
네.
Maybe if you have a
Like a really
sleeve,
large, right,
Yeah, people might double take.
네,
It'll be
right.
case by case.
Then I recommend calling the sauna in advance or checking online
Yeah.
reviews, right, to see if they mention any tattoo restrictions, right?
Yeah.
So I hope that helped.
I would say in big areas, now you'd have to double check, of course, but big areas where there's lots of tourists, I assume they wouldn't want to, restrict their business, right?
Right.
Lots of foreigners,
네.
lots of tourists have tattoos. So just double check with the place and hopefully you can get in no problem. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Question 4.
All right.
I'm an expat living in Busan and I've been working in a company for over 3 years. That means I've saved up a bit of severance pay or 퇴직금. I'm curious if I can claim severance pay though I don't quit. Thanks.
Okay. Well, this is a very good question, right? Well, so I have been kind of wondering, if 퇴직금, like a severance pay, is universal or it's just Korean
Yes.
thing.
I think you get it in England if you get
Right.
fired.
Ah, okay.
If you're leaving and you've done nothing wrong,
네.
usually the company will offer you 1 or 2 years of pay to say,
Okay.
please go away. Basically nicely.
So, well, I was kind of wondering, if this 퇴직금 is a universal thing or it differs from country to country.
Right.
But anyways, in Korea, if someone works for a company for more than 1 year, right, they are entitled to 퇴직금. Right? And if a person has worked somewhere for 1 year or more, well, their severance pay is equal to 1 month's salary. And for example, if a person worked for 2 years or more, well, that person gets like 2 months of salary.
Okay.
네.
So it's just 1 month per year that you've been working there.
Exactly.
All right then.
So this person asked if they could receive severance pay without quitting the job, right? Well, my answer is yes.
Okay.
But they should qualify with some of the following reasons, right?
Okay.
First, if they need money to buy a house, I mean the first house, they shouldn't have some other houses.
Okay.
So if they need money to buy a house, well, they can receive severance pay without getting a...
Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Or second, if a family member is undergoing treatment and needs money that is more than 12.5% of their annual salary, well, they can receive 퇴직금, I mean a severance pay
Interesting.
without
Okay.
quitting their job. Or if they file for bankruptcy, they can also
Interesting.
receive a severance pay.
I think that's
네.
really cool. Usually things are very black and white, yes or no. But here there's a grey area. If a bit of compassion is needed. Oh, I need to buy a house or my family's getting surgery. Then there's a bit of a concession, and I think that's really nice. That's cool.
So any of these circumstances can cause someone to withdraw their severance pay
Yes.
without quitting a job. So I hope that helped.
Brilliant. Okay. All right, let's move on to question number 5.
All right.
I am a foreign student living in Busan. I'm interested in buying a scooter. Do I need a driver's license?
Like a scooter or like an e-scooter?
I'm assuming it's not the
네.
kid scooters.
네.
I'm assuming it's the ones that you see like
Like a motorcycle?
배달원.
네. 네네네네.
I assume that is.
Well, so whether this person needs a driver's license to drive a scooter depends on the type and the engine size.
Yes.
Actually. So if this person is going to drive a gas or electronic motorcycle up to 125cc, well, they need a 이종면허, which is
Right.
like a class 2 regular license, right? And please keep in mind that foreign licenses are not enough, so
Okay.
they must have a Korean one. And even if this person is interested in driving an e-scooter, like a kickboard, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're still required to have a 이종면허, which is a class 2 motorcycle license.
Yeah.
If not, they may face a penalty.
Do you ride scooters or bikes?
I've never.
Never ridden.
네.
No interest.
Have you?
I have. When I went to Indonesia, it's the main way to get around.
Oh,
So
really?
very cheap to rent. It was international driving license.
Honestly, I'm so against about,
Yeah.
people trying to drive a scooter.
Yeah, it was scary, but it was fun.
네.
I bought an electric bike, 그 전기 자전거,
네.
and there's restrictions. If you get one that's too powerful, it's classed as a scooter, and you have to upgrade your license, and you have to get insurance as well. So I had to make sure I got one that was below, I think, 50cc,
Right.
and the top 속도 is 25 kilometers per hour. Any faster, then it changes the category. So
really?
there's a lot of restrictions.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I know you'll never need this information.
I don't think that I will ever try, I'm so scared.
Brilliant stuff.
네.
But you drive regularly.
I do.
Okay, so lots of really good information and lots of good solutions. Hopefully they answered some of your questions. We've got a lot of messages coming in. Lots of people saying hello. We had SH 문님, I'm going to say 문 or 문 saying 정말 영어 교육 최고의 방송입니다. 감사합니다. That's very nice of you to say. Welcome to the show. Lots of people are also talking about what they save for. Now, you're kind of a free spender. Yeah, I earned it.
I'm not.
I earned it. I'll spend it. I'll do it.
I'm not.
Okay, all right.
In my defense, no. I'm not bad.
Fair enough. Senekanim said today's topic would be to be ready for the future and for retirement. My own business and any health issues or accidents that might come up. This is all really good. This is all like 만약을 대비해서, right? You're all just like being sure you might not need it.
네.
I think it's important balancing it with YOLO. You want to have fun.
Sure.
The world could end tomorrow.
네.
So there's a bit of a mix there, I think. Kelly, thank you so much for coming in and bringing us these great answers to the questions. And if anyone does have questions, you can just ask on the official website and hopefully Kelly will answer it. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone, the time is now 4:53 in the afternoon. We are coming to the end of the first half, but don't go anywhere because coming up in the second half, we're going to have our Quizmaster segment where we will be eating something mysterious. Lots of people are guessing ice cream because it's a hot day. I tell you, I hope it is, but I doubt it is. So keep guessing. And we're also going to have My Home, My Busan. All right, everyone, I will see you in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We're going to listen to our final song of this. This is Good For You by H Key or High Key.
Good for you. 어린 데서 내려간 일기에 한 장도 빠짐없이 적혀있는 네 이름. 궁금해 지금의 난 내게 어떤 의미일까. I'm good for you. 두려울 게 없었어 나에겐 때처럼 모든 순간 밝혀진 너가 있어. Only one good day, sad day in every moment. Oh, good for you. 친구라는 계절 뒤에 찾아온 funny heart. Good for you. 나의 마음이 새로운 태양처럼 더 뜨거워진 순간. I'll customize love in my mind. 수없이 바뀐 계절의 끝에 생명이 새긴 너라는 의미. So I'll make good for you. I'm good for you. 내일이 꿈을 꾸던 낯설어 내 고요했던 바다 파도처럼 일어나 널 보며 한마디로 설명 안 될 낯선 감정 밀려와. I'm good for you. 친구와 연인들 중 우릴 친구란 단어 속에 가두지는 말기. 격해선 더위 넣어서 짚어 거세지는 심장 소리 볼륨으로 알게 된 truth. Oh, good for you. 익숙해진 이 계절 뒤에 찾아온 funny heart. Good for you. 나의 마음이 새로운 태양처럼 더 뜨거워진 순간.
부산영어방송.
따로 사는 가족을 위해 가족가라 KT 따로 살아도 가족가라
따로 살아도 가족이니까 인터넷, TV, 부모님 댁과 결합하고 추가 할인 받으세요. KT 따로 살아도 가족 결합. 추가 할인이 궁금하다면 KT 매장 또는 100번.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
During the summer monsoon season, Korea is often met with heavy rainfalls. Various accidents, including landslides and building collapses due to weak grounds, may occur during this time. So here are some tips that could keep you safe from long and wet monsoon season in Korea. First, regularly check and maintain water and drainage channels. Second, fix objects that could be blown away by severe wind, such as boards, TV networks, and others. Third, residents who live near areas prone to landslides, flooding, and sinkholes should be aware of the location of a nearby shelter as directed by authorities. And lastly, be aware of getting electric shocks. Always take preventive measures when using electric appliances to protect against electric shocks. Above all, staying informed of what to do is the most important. Tune in to BEFM 부산영어방송 for emergency broadcast. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
김밥가게 박 사장님도, 문구점 김 사장님도, 우리 부산의 경제를 움직이는 사람들. 우리 동네 작은 가게로 향하는 발걸음이 우리 부산의 경제를 키워가는 한 걸음입니다. 부산 방송광고 발전 협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산. 잠깐만요.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 기장 오시리아에서 웨딩홀에서 근무하고 있는 윤채근이라고 합니다.
네, 아유 반갑습니다. 네, 현재 직책이 어떻게 되시죠?
저는 예약실에서 주임을 맡고 있습니다.
주임님이시군요.
네.
네네. 지금 현재 이제 어떤 업무를 맡고 계시고 일과는 또 어떻게 보내고 계신지 궁금한데요.
저는 예약실에서 웨딩 상담 그리고 돌잔치 상담 업무를 맡고 있고요. 그리고 이제 웨딩 돌잔치 고객님들과 소통을 하면서 지내고 있습니다.
그러시군요. 네, 이 웨딩 업계 이 업종을 선택하시게 된 이유가 있었을까요?
저는 20대 초반부터 필라테스 강사를 했었고 이제 필라테스 강사를 하면서 수업뿐만 아니라 상담도 같이 진행을 하면서 이 상담 업무가 굉장히 저랑 잘 맞는 것 같다라고 느꼈기 때문에
네네.
웨딩홀에서도 이제 상담 업무가 있는 거를 보고
네.
이제 면접을 보고 직원이 되었습니다.
이 필라테스랑 전혀 또 사실 다른 분야지 않습니까?
네.
어떻게 적응하시는데 좀 괜찮으셨나요?
저는 이제 필라테스도 마찬가지로 여러 군데를 옮겨 다니면서 근무를 하다 보니 근무를 처음 시작할 때 크게 힘든 점은 따로 없었습니다.
직업 만족도도 굉장히 높아 보이세요.
네.
그죠? 자, 그럼 이제 실제 웨딩 관련해서 좀 더 구체적으로 이야기를 나눠보도록 할 텐데요. 보통 이제 웨딩홀 계약을 하고 나면 본식 당일까지 어떤 식으로 진행이 좀 되고 있나요?
일단 저희 웨딩홀에 커스텀이 들어가다 보니
네.
이제 신랑 신부님과 소통을 좀 많이 진행을 하게 되는데요. 이제 스드메 같은 경우에는 이제 신랑 신부님이 원하시는 업체 위주로 조금 소개시켜 드리려고 취향이나 이런 부분을 굉장히 많이 물어보고 연결을 도와드리고 있고요.
네네.
그리고 이제 식순도 마찬가지로 원하시면은 이제 진행을 하고 원하시지 않을 경우에는 진행을 안 하게끔
네.
이렇게 진행이 되고 있다 보니 이런 부분도 같이 미팅을 하고 본식이 진행된다 봐주시면 될 것 같아요.
커스텀 맞네요.
네.
뭐 신랑 신부들이 가장 헷갈려하거나 자주 묻는 질문들도 있을 것 같아요.
저희는 일단 스테이크가 메인으로 진행이 들어가고 있고 예식이 끝난 후에 식사가 제공이 되고 있다 보니
네.
확정 인원에 대한 부분을 제일 많이 물어보고 헷갈려 하시기 때문에 이 부분을 제일 정확하게 안내를 도와드리고 상담을 하고 있습니다.
우리 웨딩홀만의 어떤 장점이 있다면 뭐라고 생각하시나요?
일단 저희 웨딩홀은 여유로운 대관 시간 그리고 단독 콜, 복잡하지 않은 주차장이라고 생각을 합니다.
중요하죠. 네.
네.
우리 신랑 신부님이 계약하신 후에 이런 것들이 제일 만족되더라 하는 부분들이 좀 있었을까요?
저희는 커스텀 웨딩으로 진행이 되다 보니 이제 신부님께서 내 입맛대로 할 수 있어서 좋았다라는 말을 많이 하시는 것 같아요.
내 입맛대로, 그러니까 내가 원하는 대로 할 수 있었다 이런 뜻이네요.
네네, 맞아요.
사실 근데 소비자들 입장에서는 그게 제일 중요할 것 같아요.
그냥 내가 원하는 대로 하시는 게 아무래도 신랑 신부님이 제일 만족한 포인트가 아닐까 생각합니다.
맞는 것 같습니다. 네. 기억에 남는 커플도 있으실 것 같은데요.
저희 웨딩홀에서 웹툰 작가님이 결혼을 하셨던 적이 있는데 일단 요 팀은 하루 종일 예식을 해서 사실 좀 힘든 예식이기는 했어요, 체력적으로. 근데 좀 완벽한 예식을 만들어내기 위해서 5번 이상 만나서 현장에서 미팅을 하고 어떻게 꾸며서 어떻게 하객분들한테 조금 더 이제 즐기고 갈 수 있을지 이런 부분을 저의 의견 그리고 이제 신랑 신부님의 의견 합쳐서 진행을 했던 커플이 요 팀인 것 같아요.
유명한 우리 웹툰 작가님께서
네.
웨딩홀에서 결혼을 하셨군요.
네네.
이제 보람된 순간들도 있으실 것 같은데 어떠세요?
저는 이제 신랑 신부님도 당연히 끝나고 저희 쪽에 뭐 고마웠다, 감사하다 뭐 이런 얘기를 많이 해주시는데 저는 신랑 신부뿐만 아니라 이제 양가 혼주님들께서 직접 오늘 고생 많았다. 그리고 또 다음에 놀러와서 뭐 정말 간단한 뭐 쿠키라던가 이런 걸 사와 주셨을 때 혼주님들한테까지 우리의 이 정성이 느껴지는구나라고 느꼈을 때가 항상 지금도 너무 좋은 것 같아요.
그러니까요. 뭔가 신경을 많이 써드렸는데 그런 걸 좀 알아봐 주실 때 그리고 또 직접 찾아와서 또 이렇게 작은 선물이라도 이렇게 주실 때는 좀 보상받는 그런 기분도 드실 것 같고요. 네. 그럼 끝으로 이제 내 인생을 영어 단어 하나로 표현하자면 어떤 게 있을까요?
돌아보면 저는 항상 제가 하고 싶었던 것만 하면서 지내왔던 것 같아요. 어렸을 때 무용을 했었고 또 성인 돼서는 필라테스 강사를 했었고 그리고 지금 웨딩홀을 하고 저는 저의 인생도 커스텀이라고 생각을 합니다.
마무리하도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you to Thomas for bringing us today's On the Mic. And the interviewee today was Yoon Chae-kun-nim, who works at a wedding hall, communicating closely with engaged couples to create personalized weddings. She actually began her career as a Pilates instructor, but shifted to the wedding industry and drawn by her interest in counseling, and now designs customized ceremonies that reflect each couple's unique story. And she said towards the end that she feels the greatest fulfillment when the bride and groom, but also the families, they show their sincerity and get small gifts like snacks and cookies, right? You feel like, oh, they appreciate the work that I did. And having paved her own path rather than following a set one, she describes her life as custom. I like that. It's a very unique way to describe your life in an English word. Custom. I make my own way. Inspirational. And that's why we have this segment every day, to hear the voices of the people who make up the city of Busan. Well, the time is 5:07 in the afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? Enjoying the day? Getting ready for the weekend? Letting your hair down? It is beautiful, and from when I checked, it doesn't seem like it will rain over the weekend, so great news. We had one Jinin messaging in on KakaoTalk with a few pictures. Beautiful pictures of green grass and mountains. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen that much Pyeongji, that kind of flat, open land in Korea, actually. And apparently it's in Yangsan. That's really cool. And they said, 또 Yangsan입니다. It's beautiful. I would like to check that out one day. Drive safely, and I hope you have a great Friday. Thank you for sending the wonderful images. We've got lots of messages coming in on YouTube Live as well. Some related to today's text topic. And just to remind you one more time, today's text topic is, what is the biggest reason that you save money for? 저금을 하거나 돈을 모으는 가장 큰 이유는 무엇인지 알려주세요. Let's have a look. We had 고수님 saying a little bit earlier that it's for a just in case kind of moment. I'll have to find out, but just in case. Here we go. 저의 저축 이유는 비상용도로 사용하기 위해서입니다. 아껴서 부자 되겠습니다. That's true. You know what? I think it's very important to save money. Maybe not even to become like a 부자, but just to have it in case a big medical emergency comes up, or you need to pay for a big family trip that you really want to take. I think it's a great reason to do that. Thank you for saying. Juliet Nim also saying the same reason, I think, and then saying 신나게 모으겠습니다. That's the attitude. I think that's the right attitude. Jin Lee Nim said a little bit earlier, 한국인의 저축은 습관 아닐까요? 좋은 습관 하고 있습니다. 건강은 미리 챙겨야 하니 자른 고비는 아닙니다. Okay, so it's in your kind of DNA, I guess, as a Korean. It's in your habits. Ang PD, would you say you're a good saver? 저축은 잘하시나요? Yeah, so. Maybe so. That's fair enough, you know. If you're having fun, I think that's good. Juliet Nim then saying, 저도요 습관처럼 모으고 있습니다. 욜로가 이해 안 되는 사람이에요. Fair enough. You know what? I used to not be YOLO, but now I'm a bit more YOLO, I think. Am I? I don't know. I think I like to think I'm a good mix. I'm not boring, but I'm not reckless. I think I'm a good mix. Maybe that makes me boring. I don't know. Anyway, the time is now 5:10 in the afternoon. Keep sending your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. KakaoTalk Messenger or YouTube Live comments. Coming up next, we do have Quiz Master. I see lots of guesses for ice cream still coming in. Beninim saying, 먹방 quiz 정답, chocolate ice cream. I think your expectations are too high, my friend. But we will see. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with this segment. Before that, though, we're going to listen to Wicked by All Day Project.
Baby, I'm the trillers. 보란 듯 가니면 바퀴. 나 몰라 average. Fashion game I manage. Gotta do some damage. 네가 말하는 나지. You gon' need some cameras. To snap it, flick it, cause we wicked. Wicked, wicked. Wicked. Wicked, wicked. Wicked. Wicked, wicked. Wicked. Wicked, wicked.
Ha, you're really talking to me like that. Better know that I hit back. 다 지겨워 말뿐인 chit chat. 다시 refresh, need a reset. RESPECT, yeah.
wicked, 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 wicked. Wrecking like I'm demon, keep your compliment. My drip so sentimental, mental misapprove it, heavy metal that I said.
The way they addicted, could have predicted ambition, bring friction to your jurisdiction. Will they be fiction, lacking conviction? Baby, bite the bullet, bet I'm take your shot. Photo shoot. Photo shoot.
Take your shot. Photo shoot. Just snap it, flick it, cause we
Yeah, we do this all day. Wicked but we don't play. 다 관심 없고 신경 꺼내 내가 길 갈게. See me Medusa. 날 본 순간 freeze up. Gotta pop out and show what they're really not ready. Be scared when we pull up.
허세는 난 돌아 근데 아이체인 걸어 여기 돈 다 털어 착한 척 지겨 뺏길 바엔 나 블랙판에 불 질러버려 그래 목숨 걸어 떨고 싶어도 못 떨어
Short posing threats, telling poses breaking sweats. 이제 다 stand up, 진석이가 stand up. 사기 잡다길래 yo we answer to the call. Lights, camera, action.
Take your shot. Photo shoot. Photo shoot.
Take your shot.
Photo shoot. Just snap it, flick it.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:13 in the afternoon on a lovely Friday. Hope you're feeling the Friday energy, getting ready to celebrate the weekend on this glorious summer days. Anyway, where am I? Oh, it's Quizmaster time. Yeah, this is where you have the opportunity to potentially win a prize by answering a question. Now, we have Quizmaster every day, but every day, the quiz genre, the type of the quiz, is different. Today is 몰래 온 간식 ASMR 먹방 quizz입니다. I will take a bite of some food, and then you have to guess what it is. I'll give you some ASMR sounds, and you have to take a guess. Yeah, I'll give you hints as well, because it's difficult just to guess from chomping sounds or slurping sounds. So yeah, if you think you know the answer, send a message to pound 9050, sharp 9050 to cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message, or a YouTube live comment. Any of those ways is fine to send it. Now, the prize today is a chicken coupon, so it's a good prize, and you definitely want to win it, don't you? If you're a vegetarian, then I'm sorry. You can give it to someone else. But anyway, let's play. Ang PD, please turn the camera. All right, the camera is turned. I'm going to take this food. Now, the first thing to note, this food is inside a little plastic container, and it smells quite strong. I'm going to open the spoon. 일회용 스푼인데요, 작가님. 어떡해요? Okay, all right then. I'm joking. All right, so let's smell it. Oh, that is a strong smell. Smells good though. I'm going to take a bite. Okay, I'm sorry. That sounded really gross. Ang PD, do you like ASMR? You watch mukbang ASMR? Not mukbang, but you like ASMR. Okay. Every time I hear ASMR, it's 소름 돋거든요. I get like 닭살. Even myself. But anyway, okay, you heard that, right? It's quite slimy. That's the first thing I would describe it as. It's slimy, but there are chunks of something in it. There are chunks, or can I say? Okay, I'm going to say there are chunks of meat in there. Okay, so it's very slimy, but there is meat cubes, meat chunks in there. It's a very rich, almost gravy-like sauce. Gravy-like, but with some spices. We have Jinli님 saying 떡볶이. Okay, good first answer. 고수님 saying 소스가 있고요. Yes, there is sauce on it. I guess you can call it a sauce. It's some kind of sauce. 최승님 saying 팥빙수. I need to cough. 1 second. Apologies. It's still hanging around in my mouth. It's a gross image. Then Jinli님 changing to 볶음밥. Soinim saying 컵밥. You're not too far. You know what though? Right now, there's no rice. but this needs rice. You can't just have it by this. 밥이랑 같이 먹어야 돼요. 뭐 안 먹어도 되는데 같이 먹으면 더 맛있죠. It's so usually you would put this next to the rice, or in some countries on top of the rice. Okay, so those are the first hints. It's very slimy. It's a gravy-like sauce with spices, and there are meat chunks in there. Send your messages to #9050, sharp 9050, cost you 100 won, Kakao Talk message or YouTube live comment. We're going to take a song break, and we'll be back with more hints after. We're going to listen to 나침반 by Golden Child.
울고 있어 넌 왜 어딜 보는 건데 길을 잃어 헤매 너 혼자 왜 불안해하니 지금 이게 끝이 가리워진 빛을 따라서 미쳐 어둠 속에 놓쳐버린 너를 찾아가 한 걸음씩 가다 보면 만나게 될 거야 세상 어딘가 헤매인다 해도 끝이 없이 펼쳐지는 저 수평선 넘어 닫혀버린 네 마음에 환한 빛이 되어 어둠을 몰아낼 거니까 겁내지 마 또 넘어져도 괜찮아 힘이 들 땐 좀 쉬어가도 괜찮아 언제나 바라고 바라던 순간 손 안에 쥐게 될 거야 이 길의 끝을 알 수 없지만 가고 솔직해져도 돼 아직 출발선에 서 있었는 건 아닌걸 흔들리는 맘에 두려움에 떨리지 않게 원 안에 바람처럼 늘 가리켜줄게 Always 한 걸음씩 가다 보면 만나게 될 거야 세상 어딘가 헤매인다 해도 끝이 없이 펼쳐지는 저 수평선 넘어 둘만의 장소로 갈래 겁내지 마 또 넘어져도 괜찮아 힘이 들 땐 좀 쉬어가도 괜찮아 언제나 바라고 바라던 순간 손 안에 쥐게 될 거야 이 길의 끝을 알 수 없지만 시간이 흘러가도 언제나 널 가리켜 걱정하지 마 나를 믿으면 돼 꿈을 향해 찾을 거야 멈출 수는 없어
Okay, 걱정하지 말고 날 따라와 좀 물론 못 섞이지만 내가 가는 길의 끝은 이제 날 쓰게 될 거야
그 끝의 결과는 몰라도 우리 함께하는 장면만 틀림없으니 만들어가 Make it right, love you 겁내지 마 또 넘어져도 괜찮아 힘이 들 땐 좀 쉬어가도 괜찮아 언제나 바라고 바라던 순간 손 안에 쥐게 될 거야 이 길의 끝을 알 수 없지만 그 어떤 길이라도 두려워하지 말고 내가 옆에 있을게 늘 네 곁에
Hello, welcome back to For Your Busan. It's 5:21, nearly, in the afternoon on a Friday, and we're in the middle of Quizmaster, where I've eaten a particular item of food and everyone is trying to guess what it is. Let's have a look at some of the guesses. We have Soinim saying fire chicken 볶음 컵밥. Okay, and then 고수님 saying 순대 볶음. 만학도 영은님 saying 카레. 소희님 saying 고추 참치. Kim Yongnim, welcome to the show, saying curry. And then 고수님 saying 난 왜 번데기가 생각나지? 근데 혹시 번데기 드셔보셨나요? 내가 먹어봤어요. 한 2-3번 정도 먹어봤는데 Never because I want to, always because it's kind of like a 도전, right? It's like, okay, 한번 먹어보겠습니다. It's for fun. And then you're with your friends and they're like, wow, and it's quite fun. I don't enjoy it personally. It's just not for me, but I'm sure it's very high in protein, and if you enjoy it, that's great. Enjoy it. Eat my portion too, please. We have Choi Sung-nim saying 카레 라이스. Thank you for your answer. Right, I'm going to take another bite. So, just to give you some more ASMR, if you don't want it, then block your ears for a moment. So let's take another bite. Okay, here we go. It's actually quite nice. All right. Okay. Now this time, there were chunks of meat in there, but also, I think I got a little bit of vegetable. It's a vegetable that has been very, very cooked. So usually this vegetable is very hard because it's been either boiled or cooked somehow for a long time. It's very soft. It's like mush. It's very like mushy peas or something. But it tastes very good. It leaves a very strong aftertaste in my mouth of some spices. But like again, it's a very meaty sauce. It's got meat in there, meaty and some spices. Not spicy. It's not like 너무 매워 그런 건 아니고요. It's got spices. Almost like some kind of like 향신료, but like Korean style to a degree. But it's good. I'll give you the color. The color of this food entirely 전체적으로 is brown. There you go. And if you have this with rice, it's a good meal. And I think even if you eat this at a restaurant, it's not too expensive. You can get this for fairly cheap by today's standards. And I enjoy it. And there are lots of variations of this. There's Korean version of this, other countries' versions of this. Take your pick. Send your messages to #9050, sharp 9050. It'll cost you 101 or a Kakao Talk message. Remember, chicken coupon could be the prize that you receive if you get the answer correct. So get sending the messages in. We're going to take a song break and we'll be right back. This is Tell Me by Infinity.
어디 있든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 어디 가든 어디 있든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 도망쳐버렸어 익숙해져 점점 착각처럼 끝이 온 줄 알았어 멈춰버렸어 또 난 뻔한 드라마 속 허인 것 같아 텅 비어 홀리네 그저 후회뿐 In my mind 달콤한 너의 말 그때처럼 너에게 듣고 싶어 In my heart 날 위로 넌 날 돌려볼게 안아볼게 다시 뜨거웠던 때로 어디 있든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 어디 가든 어디 있든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 Tell me love Tell me love Tell me love 내게 돌아와줘 baby Let's go I miss all day 너를 그려 매일 마치 화가 이 밤이 닿을 걸 알아 꿈속에서도 네가 들려 기억을 replay Don't pass me by 널 내 품에 줘 널 찾아 헤매고 walk high In my mind 달콤한 너의 말 그때처럼 너에게 가고 싶어 I know you in my heart 날 위로했던 말 돌려볼게 안아볼게 다시 따가웠던 때 어디 가든 어디 있든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 어디 가든 어디든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 Tell me love Tell me love Tell me love 내게 돌아와줘 baby 네 목소리 내 귓가를 가득 울린 멜로디 속삭여줘 다시 한번 이렇게나 이기적인 내가 널 안아볼게 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 어디 가든 어디든 네가 그리워 못 참겠어 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 제발 다시 내게 돌아와줘 Tell me love Tell me love Tell me love 내게 돌아와줘 baby
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now 5:28 in the afternoon. We're in the final moments of Quizmaster. I've given you a lot of ASMR, lots of hints, and we've had enough answers coming in about what food it could have been. We had 김김영희님, welcome to the show, saying 함박 스테이크. It's a good answer. Actually, that is a good answer, I think. We also had 김용님 saying curry plus 밥 plus kimchi. 이건 못 참죠. Really? Maybe not a big fan of that. 고수님 saying 초능력 발휘해서 몰래 가서 답을 알고 싶어요. What are you, like 투명인간? Or you're like teleporting? What is it? 순간 이동? You do that kind of stuff? That would be pretty cool if you could do that. Also saying a particular type of 짜땡게티 plus 파김치도 환상이죠. Okay, I'm going to put you all out your misery in the good way. I'm going to let you know what it is. Oh, we had 3865번님 also saying 고추 부각. I thought that would be crunchy, wouldn't it? I don't know if what I ate was very crunchy, but thank you for your guess. Okay, I'm going to let you know the answer to today's quiz is... 카레였습니다. Curry, yeah. And to be more specific, it was Korean curry. And to be even more specific, it was... Okay, this is... 작가님, 홍 작가님 said this specifically. It is 한우. 아주 좋은 등급 커리라고 하셨어요. So, and she made it. 직접 요리하셨대요. So it was very good, 작가님. Thank you very much. I would like to have a full meal of that because it was very delicious, lots of flavors. 짱 맛있었습니다. So it was curry, and lots of people kind of got the answer. Actually, a lot of people got the answer correct towards the end. It started becoming a bit more obvious. But what Kim Young-in-nim said about Hamburg steak also makes sense. You know, it's in a kind of gravy-like sauce. There's meat chunks in there. Not too different. All right. We're going to give the chicken coupon to one lucky winner, and it is going to... 9045번님께 드리겠습니다. Yay! Yeah, well done, well done. 9045번님께 치킨 쿠폰 하나 드릴게요. Congratulations and thank you everyone for participating. Don't worry if you didn't win. We have this quiz every single day. Before we move on, 만학도 영호님 also had an answer for our text topic, which is why do you usually save? And they said 저도 그냥 습관처럼 저축을 하는 것 같아요. 집도 있고 남편 연금도 어느 정도로는 나올 거고 해서 어떤 목적이 있어서 저축을 하지는 않아요. 아니다. 아들이 둘이 있으니까 아들들 이 장가 보낼 때 보태줘야겠군요. You thought of them just like when they get married, and hopefully they do get married and have happy lives together. You got to help them. You got to help them in their later life. So that's good parenting right there. All right. 고수님 also says 설마 카레일까 했는데 설마네요. You should have said it, my friend. You should have said it. But you did win last week, didn't you? You won pretty recently, so it's okay. All right, everyone, thanks for playing. The time is now 5:31 in the afternoon. Don't go anywhere because coming up next is My Home, My Busan.
in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everyone, to the show. It's 5:32, and it is time for My Home, My Busan. Every Friday, we're joined by a special guest from another country who's sharing their story and journey, learning Korean, and navigating through life here in Busan. And as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, we're joined by a lovely guest. 안녕하십니까? Hello.
안녕하세요.
네, 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다. Please tell us about yourself.
Hello everybody, my name is Prabina Rokaya. I am from Nepal and I'm 23 years old and 25 if you have to say in Korean age actually. Yes. In international I would prefer I'm 23 and I've been here for now nearly 2 years.
Wow.
Yes, I came here in D2 study visa.
Yeah.
And I study in Tomyung University. In BIC College, Busan International College, in English track.
Okay.
And, yes, my major is global business.
Okay, well, fantastic to meet you. Can I call you Rokaya or Prabina?
Prabina would be.
Prabina is your preferred name. I wonder, in Nepal, is it like Korea where the surname comes first, or is it, which is your first name, which is your family name?
Oh, actually, it's just opposite, like in the everybody else.
Okay.
It's like the given name is Prabina and my family name is Rokaya.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you for telling us. And it's lovely to meet you from Nepal here. And now you said you've been here for a couple of years studying at Dongmyeong University. Now, I want to know, what's the reason you chose Korea? 한국어를 택한 이유가 있을까요? 이 한국의 많은 도시 중에서 부산에서 공부를 하게 된 계기도 궁금합니다. Why Busan of all the cities?
Actually, coming to Korea was a last minute moment. I knew about Korea. I love K-dramas and K-pop, BTS, obviously, you'd see. And when I was thinking about my higher studies after my high school, I was just surfacing, looking at which countries or where I have to go or where I want to be. And I was looking at it, and although countries were also in my mind, and I preferred in English, but the situation happened and I landed in South Korea in less than 2 months, I would say.
Wow.
I just was like, just go for it.
What countries were you considering, just out of curiosity?
First, actually, I had like mine in Australia because yes, my best friend was already there. Somewhere there, and America and South Korea was a very last minute, and my family, my mom did not have any idea about it.
Okay.
So it was like I just scrolled one day in Facebook and I saw like study in South Korea in English. That's good, right?
There you go.
So I just got it and I asked some questions. I applied, and in less than 2 months I got my visa.
Fate brought you here. That's fantastic.
Yes,
and are you enjoying it so far? How is your life here?
I love it here.
Okay.
It's actually, if you think about from a landlocked country perspective, from a country like Nepal, it's a complete different world, I would say, because in Busan, like more than half of the city is covered, touched with the ocean, the sea, and we do not have actually sea. Our country is completely landlocked. So coming here, looking at the sea and the pada was like very, very beautiful. Something that I have dreamed or seen in videos and movies.
And now you see in real life for the past 2 years. Do you go to the beach often?
I would say yes. I loved it actually.
That's awesome. Now, I guess the difference, I mean, Korea is a mountainous country too, but Nepal is famous for its mountains, of course. 이 네팔하면 이 전 세계 산악 트래커들의 버킷리스트 이 1순위로 뽑히는데 그 히말라야를 빼놓을 수 없는 것 같은데요. 근데 많은 사람들이 네팔에서 왔다고 하면 높은 산을 잘 오르겠구나 하고 생각하지 않나요? When you say you're from Nepal, do people automatically assume you must be a great trekker, you must be a great mountain climber automatically?
Yeah, I would have to say yes, because when I say I'm from Nepal, one of the very frequent questions that I'm asked is, have you ever climbed Mount Everest?
Yeah.
I mean, that is not something you do to pass your high school or something.
Exactly. It's like you must do it if you live in Nepal,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I mean, for like, if you want to ask me any kind of tips, then I would say, beside Mount Everest, there are lots of other mountains I would prefer. Like, it's even more cheaper, and it's like a hidden gem.
Yeah.
So I would recommend you to explore more and to do it, like get the same experience you would get in at Mount Everest in a very lower price.
Have you ever been to Everest?
Oh no,
Okay,
it's too expensive.
I can imagine it's a lot of the billionaires of the world go there to do that. But that's awesome, though. Now, even though the mountains aren't that high in Busan or Korea in comparison, there still are a lot of them. Not as much flat land as other countries. Have you ever been to any mountains here?
Oh, a lot actually.
Oh, they're more accessible.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I had my two friends that I got to meet like last semester.
Yeah.
Two of them were from Germany, and they had exchange students, and we actually had we did this hiking every Sunday. We would get chance, and I've been to lots of mountains like Busan and many others, but my favorite would be Formosa.
Oh,
yeah, it has
okay,
like
Formosa.
coming from a mountain country, being a mountain girl, I would say I loved the environment, was a little familiar because our country is also known for the Buddhist.
Right, it's very Buddhist
Yes,
over there.
and we also have so much sculptures and stupas, and the feeling was very familiar, I would say.
That's also kind of connected the two countries in like the Buddhism and then the mountains and the temples.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, Formosa is like, it's a favorite of mine as well. I don't go too often these days, but you know, when I do go, it always leaves a lasting impression. And now you said you've been here for almost 2 years now, right?
Yes, sir.
이제 한국에서 생활한 지 2년째인데요. 이제 점점 한국 문화에는 익숙해지고 있을 것 같은데 처음 한국에 왔을 때는 어땠을지 궁금합니다. How was Korea when you first came? I'm sure you've gotten used to it now, but the first impressions or feelings when you arrived, what was it like?
It was surreal. I knew some like in a base level I had knowledge about how the Korea and how Korean people are.
Right.
But like experiencing from my own like life, I would say from in front of me, I got to have like some honest reactions and honest the treatment, I would say, when the Korea is also like people say it's a kind of a little racism you would feel.
Okay.
But personally for me, I actually not knowing language when you came first, people were very helpful. I had to ask directions to people, and I would do like papago and ask like, okay, so which station, which stop, which exit should I use for this specific place?
Yeah.
People were really, really helpful and very generous, I would say.
That's good.
They also helped me once to pay because I had no idea. I needed like certain types of cards and stuff like that. It was
awesome.
amazing.
So you'd heard some maybe, I guess, horror stories online.
Yes.
And I've seen those too. They're like, oh, it can be, you know, people might not like outsiders. But I mean, I've been here for 12 years.
Wow.
And the experience has been 99% positive, you know.
Same.
And anywhere you go, I'd probably experience more discomfort in my home country, I would say. So everyone's experience is different, and it's I'm glad you're having a good time. We have, you probably know maybe a professor of yours, Matthew, saying, I just saw her earlier. Should have told me she's going to be on the radio. Good job, Prabina.
Thank you so much, Professor. I actually met him today at the university.
Yeah. Honest opinions, good professor?
Yes.
Okay.
Loved it.
She has to say that, man. I'm sure you are, my friend. Okay, now what I want to talk about is food. Both countries' food, your experience of Korean food and also food in Nepal. How do you find Korean food, first of all? Is it good for you? Is it right for you? Or?
Actually, yes. I loved it. I have tasted food in Nepal as well, the Korean food. We do have many Korean restaurants in our country, specifically in our capital city. I grew up there, so yeah, I have experienced that. But authentic food, Korean food, I tasted here and I loved it. The difference between, I would say, is here food is a lot sweeter than our food. Our main food is more salty.
Right.
And spicy here,
Okay.
spicy does exist, but with the sweetness.
I think,
love
yeah,
it.
a lot of things like tteokbokki or
Yes.
like street foods will have a bit more sugar in them than
Yes.
usual. So what is like a typical Nepalese meal then? You said it's saltier. And
Oh yes, I would say the staple food is dal bhat, which is
Okay.
like bhat is rice, obviously Asian food.
Yeah.
And then dal is a lentil soup,
I
curry,
think-
kind of.
I think several months ago we had someone from Nepal coming in. I remember thalpat.
Oh, yeah.
It rings a bell in my head. So it's like
it's a
a
very staple food.
Yeah.
It's everybody in the house will eat once a day
yeah.
or 2-3 times a day.
Is it a vegetarian dish?
It can be a vegetarian dish. It depends actually. It depends upon the curry what you're eating.
Okay.
Lentil, the soup, I would is a vegetarian.
Mhm.
It's plant based, and it depends upon the what curry you're having.
Okay.
And that is also one of the similarities with South Korean is like we do not have that much of like a bunch of banchan in Korea, but we do have lots of varieties of food that you're gonna eat.
Okay.
So Korea decides what veg or non-veg would it be, and those all of them are actually salt.
Okay.
Most salty.
Okay.
And if you ask like sweet food in our country, would definitely be desserts.
Desserts,
more,
right.
Yes.
I'm curious then, you've been here for a while. There's got to be times you miss your home food. What do you do then? Because I love to scout out like foreign restaurants here, but I haven't come across a Nepalese place. The closest I've come would be countries surrounding Nepal,
Oh yeah.
but not actual Nepal. So what do you do when you really miss your home food?
Okay, so
Just tell my own.
yeah, I
resist.
maybe I'm not like a professional, but I do cook.
Okay, okay.
I love cooking,
Yeah.
and I'm preferably good in my home country food. So I do when I have time, I cook food.
Okay.
And I just let my friends from other country try it. And I've gotten good response, I would say.
I'd say you're a good cook then.
And for the foreign, like outside of my home, I would say there are small version of it. Our food really line with or very similar to Indian food. So yeah, there are like lots of Indian restaurants.
I think a lot of Indian restaurants will advertise Indian and Nepalese
Yes,
as well. So
yes.
I guess when I go, like I don't know which one it is sometimes I'm eating because it's all joined together on the menu. But maybe I'll ask. Maybe they'll give me something.
If you have tried both of them, then you would notice a little bit slight difference with the spices.
Okay.
But yeah, but if you know, then you know which is what. But in a surface level, it would be a little difficult to differentiate.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So if we talk a bit more about Nepal, 얼마 전에 여행 프로그램에서 한 연예인이 네팔을 여행하면서 처음 만나는 네팔 사람들과도 금방 친해지는 장면이 보여지면서 이 화제가 되었거든요. 그래서 네팔 자랑 좀 해주시겠어요? A while ago there was a travel program where a celebrity went there and they were really quickly friendly with the locals and it became a hot topic. Could you really tell us about the beauty of Nepal in your own words?
Yes. I would say in a general way to describe in Nepal and Nepali people is Nepali people are very, very kind and very hospitable. I would say they will welcome you with open arms, with the joint hands, like we call it namaste.
Yeah.
And they will like wholeheartedly will welcome you to their home to feed you, let you stay if you want to, right? So seeing the difference that I would say with the Nepal is it's very welcoming and preferably it's very cheap. You should visit if you're thinking about the cost and everything.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime experience, I would say.
I would love to visit. Now, I think one of the benefits Korea has compared to many countries around the world is it's considered quite safe. Obviously, it's different depending on your gender, but for myself personally, I felt very safe my whole time I've been here in terms of thievery or muggings. Not as much of it as from where I'm from. Would you say Nepal is also quite a safe place to go, or should you have your wits about you sometimes?
I would say growing up in Nepal, I wouldn't say like it's safe as South Korea.
Okay.
I also felt really safe here as a girl living alone.
That's good to know.
So it was very good experience. Like you can walk at 2 2 a.m. in the night. Okay, that's not really the case with Nepal, I would say. But comparatively, Nepal is also safe, I would say.
All right then.
Because I see lots of solo travelers with the perspective of foreign people, foreign girls visiting Nepal. They have also given good response, I would say.
Okay.
So if you want to do like solo travel, it's a good for you.
That's really good to know. Yes. Interesting. Thanks. Yeah, because I'm definitely consider it for a vacation soon. So thanks for telling us that. Now, when it comes to celebrating holidays, Korea, of course, likes to spend it with families. There are 2 major holidays here where it's a huge family event. People travel across the country. You're familiar with Seollal and Chuseok, right?
Yes.
What about in Nepal? What kind of holidays do people celebrate?
Talking about festivals and holidays, we have lots of festivals. Like our country is majority Hindu religion, and we have the 2 utmost major festival would be Dasai and Tihar, which comes in like a span of 15 to 10 days difference here. So because of that, most of the places like schools and universities give a holiday of a whole 1 month.
Oh, nice.
Starting with the Dasai and ending with Tihar, you will get like a 1 month holiday. And just like South Korea, everybody go back to their hometown, celebrate all like a big family, not just a nuclear family, but also like the joint family meeting at your grandparents' house. Yeah.
So the roads are crazy.
Yes, lots of craziness, and if you're an introvert, then sorry for you. So it's fun. I would say it's very similar to South Korea as well.
Okay.
With the
very big family focus.
Thing, yes.
Awesome. What about the food? You mentioned some of the food you eat is dalpat is one of the main dishes. Or do you have this on holidays, or do you have anything else that's special for holidays?
Oh yeah. For the holidays, there are different types of food. One would be sel roti.
Okay.
It's a plant-based, I would say. It's a kind of like a roti would be called chapati, but it's like in a round shape, like a donut.
It's interesting. I've been to a few of the Southeast Asian countries I've been to have roti, and it's always a kind of bread-based food.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a donut shaped, a little big one.
Yeah.
And it's a little sweet or maybe a little less sweet. It depends upon how you make it. And that is a very, very famous one. And these foods, and in dasai would be like more like a non-veg, because most of if you're not vegetarian, then in your family you would celebrate it with the goat meat.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar to the Muslim community of having a Eid and like meat. In a dasai, it's also goat. We slaughter the goat and first worship it, and then to a god, and then we have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. You know, if you ever do miss goat, they do it up in Kumjonggu. There's quite a famous grilled goat meat. It's quite popular over there. If you ever want to try it, I do recommend it. It's good. Probably very different from the style you have. Can you tell us a little bit about your hometown?
My home, I come from specifically, I would say, the far western region of our country.
Okay.
My city is Mahendranagar, my hometown. My mom lives there right now, and it's a very Tarai region of our country. It's called where the hottest what it would be from ranges. It falls on the Tarai region, which is a very hot region and very good for the agriculture and stuff.
Is it close to Kathmandu?
No, very far.
Very far.
Very far. It's very close to India, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's basically border.
Okay.
Yes.
It's probably a lot of influence in terms of culture and stuff.
Lots.
Awesome. All right. Now, where is your favorite place in Busan? You obviously love the oceans here.
Yes.
Where is your favorite?
I would say if I don't say Bomosa, it would be cheating. Definitely, it's my favorite, Bomosa.
Okay.
And also, actually, Kwangali is my another favorite because seeing at beach and Austrian. Like many people like Hyundai. Hyundai is good too. I love it. But Kwangali feels amazing.
Yeah.
The hype and everything.
It's
the
a party.
fireworks.
Yeah, it's a
and
party,
everything.
isn't it? Yeah.
The breeze is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, I want to ask about your ultimate goal in the future. You're here for now, but in the future, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself back home in Korea, in another country? Where does life take you, just as a guess?
Till now, be studying global business here in South Korea. I hope that I would learn a lot about it, like tourism and business from South Korea, and the development that I could go back to my country and teach and surely help to be a help to my country to in a development in this sector. Our country could do lots and lots in tourism or maybe technology and industry. So I see myself going back to my country with the knowledge and experience that I'll gain from South Korea and try in my country, hopefully be a good help.
I think that's awesome. I think it's a very noble desire to have. You gain the great experience in Korea and then go home and use that knowledge and experience, like you said, to help develop your own country. Yes. Awesome. Now, finally, I'm sure you've got friends and family who miss you back in Nepal. Could you say a few words of love or hellos in your native language, please, so they can understand?
Sure. Namaste, सबैलाई. Talking about my own language is सबैलाई धेरै माया अनि धेरै सम्झना मामु अनि मेरो दादा दिदी र मेरो सबै साथीहरूलाई धेरै माया अनि धेरै सम्झेको छु अनि like I've been busy, I know, but I'll try to contact as much as possible. Lots of love, take care of yourself, be healthy and happy.
That's awesome. I'm sure they miss you and will appreciate that for sure. Yeah. We also, just before you leave, we had, I'm going to assume Professor Andrew Murphy saying, Prabina, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much,
Professor. All the professors are coming out to say hello. That's awesome. Prabina, it's been a pleasure from Nepal studying here. We wish you all the best and all, the best future ahead of you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Well, everyone, the time is now 5:53 in the afternoon. It's time to wrap things up. It is the end of the week. Thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow we'll have the highlight shows and then a live show back on Monday. In the meantime, the show is produced by Chung Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. And our final song is going to be 나랑 같이 걸을래 by 적재.
눈을 감을 때마다 향기로운 내 마음이 내게 전해지네. 너는 무슨 생각해? 나란히 누워서 저 별을 바라볼 때면 나와 같은 마음인진 몰라도 너와 함께 있는 이 순간이 난 소중해. 나랑 같이 걸을래? 혹시 내일은 뭐해? 네가 부담되지 않는 날에 산책이라도 할래? 그냥 날이 좋길래 너와 걷고 싶어져서 내일 많이 바쁘지 않으면 혹시 나랑 같이 걸을래? 많이 어색한가 봐. 자꾸 딴 데를 보고 날 닮은 별만 바라봐. 싱그럽게 불어오는 바람은 너와 함께 있는 이 순간이 난 소중해. 나랑 같이 걸을래? 혹시 내일은 뭐해? 네가 부담되지 않는 날에 산책이라도 할래? 그냥 날이 좋길래 너와 걷고